The Ring Fanatics Podcast, episode number 6. I am Nick, your host, as always, and with me as always, my co-host Joel. We're going to start off this episode by basically describing our thoughts on the draft that happened this past Friday and Monday night. Then we're going to get into the question kind of earlier this time rather than waiting until the end. But so I'm going to ask you a question just to start off the draft recap.
Start it off, man.
Who do you think won the draft, Raw or SmackDown?
Of course, I think the way it's looking now, I think Raw won.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
I think that was meant to be like that because they know SmackDown has been killing it lately.
Yeah.
They need that on Raw.
I feel like they literally took practically almost all their stars on that brand.
They basically just traded
everyone.
people. Yeah, like even the champs, like the tag champs. What was that about?
And
then
saw
they
that on Raw?
just
Swapped
switched.
yeah. Like really, everyone just changed brands basically. There's literally not even a handful of people that stayed on both brands. The only people that stayed are, I think, the Raw, SmackDown Women's Champion, Asuka and Bayley, and then Drew McIntyre and Roman Reigns stayed.
Yeah.
Other than that, there's not that many people that stayed on their brand.
Otis.
Oh, dude. Okay, I'm gonna ask you something about that first.
What's
Do you
up?
like that? Do you like that? The fact that they split up Otis and Tucker?
I saw that. I didn't.
Or do you think they're gonna lead to something with that?
Maybe lead to something? I'm not sure. When I saw it, when they said it, but like they didn't really play it. Like they didn't play it as a big part. They just announced it.
Yeah.
They
That was
didn't. Yeah, like they're a tag team, and you're breaking them up. Like they made a big deal for the New Day. Get it? New Day's been around for a while.
Yeah.
But still, this is another tag team breaking up. I guess because right now Otis has been a single star for a while.
Yeah.
So
I don't necessarily think it's gonna be permanent. I have a feeling they're gonna be back together on Raw.
Oh
because-
no, yeah.
Because I've said this multiple times. I don't think I've said this a lot on the show, but I've thought about it a lot. I think where they're going with this storyline, the fact that now The Miz and Morrison are on Raw, Mandy Rose is now on Raw. I have a feeling that, especially with this whole trial thing they have,
He needs to make his way to Raw.
yeah, they're probably gonna be like, oh, I need to be with Tucker, I need to be with Mandy, and then they're probably gonna have something where The Miz is gonna kind of like not force, but kind of be like, oh, we'll bring you over to Raw, be with Mandy and Tucker, if you give up the briefcase. And therefore, he gives up the briefcase. Then now someone else is going to be Money in the Bank holder, and now the tag team's back together. That's how I feel like they're playing it out. Because I don't think they're going to have
It makes sense. It makes sense for them to go that way, especially since it's Otis. Like it was cool to be like, oh yeah, let him win the Money in the Bank. But when you have these dominant guys holding the belt, it's gonna be tough. Like we talked about last week about not being the right size or not living up to hype. Otis, not even that he's not built like that, it's just the way his character is. You can't take him seriously. You know what I mean?
He's all comedic, and that's the thing. Like, you need someone because it's either.
And I'm fine with that. I would love to see what they have, like what they would do if he had the title. Like if he cashed in the Money in the Bank on Roman Reigns, pinned him, and then how could you build that up?
You know, right? Because I can't see it happen. You know, it's like it's Otis. No offense, but it's Otis. You know.
Yeah.
And realistically, Otis can't beat Roman Reigns or Drew McIntyre for the championship. It's either they have him lose it or you give it up. Have him give it up, because it's not necessarily he's not gonna even if it does cash it in successfully. I don't think he's gonna hold the championship for a while. Probably like the next week he loses it, next pay-per-view he loses it. In a rematch, whatever. Because I don't think he's like a star that's capable of holding that championship for months and months and beat all these top guys for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel you. And I think I don't know if they used this building up to Money in the Bank, but when Money in the Bank happened, I was like, Otis, he looks like the favorite right now. And I was right. He won it.
Yeah.
And my whole thing was, like the other day, I was like when the draft was happening, I was trying to think about it. Did they hype it up, the Money in the Bank? Because I know for a few years now, they've hyped it up as you get a title shot, like a world title shot. Before it was just you have a title shot. So I always thought they were gonna bring in that rule back and just have Otis cash in for the tag belts.
That's what I was thinking too. That's what I was thinking, because I don't think
or do it for a mid title, not the world title. Do it for like the IC belt, and also makes the Money in the Bank different. Like it was always built to be a number one contenders. It's just they've always used it to go after the world title. Nobody has gone different.
There was no rule saying you had to do it for those titles.
Yeah, I think I think in like the newer year, like the last few years, they've been hyping it up as you get a world title shot.
Yeah.
But I know at the beginning it was just you got your Money in the Bank, you got a title shot. That's it. Any title.
Yeah, that is true. But the thing was, one thing that bothers me with Otis winning it is that the last few years, I don't think anyone has successfully cashed it in. You had Brock. Brock was the only person to do it, which was last year. Then you had the year before, you had Braun Strowman not beating Roman Reigns. The year before, you had Baron Corbin not beating Jinder Mahal. And then it's like at the last four, basically, you have unsuccessful cash-ins, and then you have someone who wasn't in the match win it. It doesn't make sense. They're basically treating the Money in the Bank briefcase as if it's like a joke, to be honest. Not saying in a negative way, but it's like they're not treating it as, like an Edge winning it, or someone like a Daniel Bryan, how he went from a mid-carder to a championship material by winning the Money in the Bank. Then you have Otis now who's holding it, and it's like, is he going to cash in eventually? Like how long is he going to wait till he cashes it in?
And that's what also helps with the Money in the Bank. Like, it doesn't need to be believable that Otis can win it. It just has to be that he comes in at the right time. You know what I mean? Like, a whole bunch of heels have done it when somebody gets attacked, and then they'll just run out with the Money in the Bank with the briefcase, and then with the ref, and they'll count the 1, 2, 3. It makes it helps the heel, but also it makes it so that people like Otis can beat someone like a McIntyre or Roman Reigns.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. But I just always love. I hope they do it like at a random time. I always love the fact.
I love that too.
Like, you don't know when it's happening. Yeah, you don't know when it's happening.
Even though the announced ones weren't too bad. Like the best one that was announced was the RVD one when he said, I'm putting
yeah. That was
I'm
cool.
Cashing in one night stand, and that was sick because you knew this is it. This is the Money in the Bank match. Who else has announced it? Sandow announced it, right?
Yeah, but he lost it, I think.
Yeah, he took the L.
Cena announced it. He also lost. When Cena won it the year after Sandow. I think the same one. Either the same year or the year after.
Yes. Yeah, because didn't he beat Sandow for it?
No. I think that was the year where they had two different ones for both titles. Because there was a point where they had a Raw briefcase and a SmackDown one to go for the WWE and World Heavyweight Championships.
So, wait, but Sandow cashed in or he lost his briefcase?
He cashed in, but then lost it, I think. Yeah, he cashed in and lost.
Okay.
And Cena also, I think the year after he cashed in and lost it. Because I remember him going up, I think it was at SummerSlam, or it was on episode of, you know what it was? It was like a Raw 1000 episode, or some big episode. It was like in a triple threat match with like Big Show and CM Punk. And then he lost the match.
Was that the one that The Rock came in?
Yeah, I think that was it.
I think that was it. I think that was the cash in.
Yeah, but that's what I hope. That's what
I like
love
the announcements sometimes, but also the random ones are just so much greater because stuff like that, like it makes it. Oh shoot, he would not have beat him in a match, but he's the champ now.
Yeah, that's cool. Do you think you'll go to Raw and cash in on Drew McIntyre? Or if you were to cash it in on somebody, do you think you'll cash in on Drew McIntyre and go to Raw that way, or stay on SmackDown and cash in on Roman when the time is right?
I mean, it makes sense for him to go to Raw since everybody that he's been with is on Raw.
Yeah.
Like Manny's on Raw, like you said. The people he's feuding with, The Miz and Morrison on Raw. Like, it just makes sense for him to go over there and then eventually cash in there. like on McIntyre,
Yeah.
or maybe lose it to the Miz or Morrison. You know what I mean? Like, all his stuff is on Raw. All his rivalries and stuff is on Raw.
Yeah.
Like,
I
he
don't
has no beef with nobody.
exactly.
He has no alliances with nobody on SmackDown. It's just weird.
Yeah.
How they kept him on there.
If anything, I would see him kind of doing something similar to what I said before with having to give up the briefcase, where they have like, oh, you'll send over Tucker, at least Tucker, over to SmackDown after SmackDown if you give me the briefcase, so you guys can be together again as a team. Because the SmackDown tag team division right now after the draft, it's kind of like, okay, you have the Street Profits are now the new SmackDown tag champions. You have the Mysterios, who we barely seen as a tag team, who should use as a tag team, in my opinion.
Can we just talk about that for a second? The Mysterios getting drafted as a tag team, first of all. Being drafted to SmackDown. That whole storyline just
shifted over to
transfer.
Yeah.
Just transfer. Like, when I saw Rollins got drafted, I said, this is cool.
Yeah.
That's it. He's done with it. He'll probably have the one match with Murphy in Hell in a Cell. And there goes the rivalry. That's it. It's over. Everybody just moved over with it. It's like,
I mean, I feel
that storyline is still shaky.
Yeah, me too. I'm like done with that storyline. I mean, I feel like Hell in a Cell, Hell in a Cell should be like the final piece of the puzzle. Like,
that should be it.
Yeah, that should be it.
That should be it.
Murphy beats Rollins, and Rollins is out for a few months on paternity leave, and then we get a new start for the feud. Then you put Mysterio and Dominic, Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio go to the tag team, compete more tag team action, because that would be dope.
That would be dope.
I would love to see them one day become tag team champions. I don't care how long they hold it for, as long as they win the tag team titles.
That'd be cool.
That'd be cool. They should be the ones to beat the Street Profits, in my opinion.
Okay.
I don't think, because the thing you have also.
Do you think the Street Profits are up for it? You think that they should lose it soon, or you think they should hold on to it?
I don't think it's going to be soon in terms of like pay-per-view wise, because I feel like after Hell in a Cell, if they're not in a match by then, I don't think then, because eventually Survivor Series, you're going to have to be in that, SmackDown versus Raw versus NXT if NXT's in it. So I don't think they'll be defending it at Survivor Series as well. So I'll give them 2 months of not defending it to build up that match. And then eventually maybe at TLC or Royal Rumble, one of those two pay-per-views, they're probably going to lose it to the Mysterios. Because
I can see that.
One thing, even though the tag team division on SmackDown now is all heels, I mean, besides Street Profits and Mysterios, you got Nakamura and Cesaro, you got Rude and Ziggler, and
Ziggler, baby.
I think the Uso. I know Jey Uso got drafted to SmackDown. Jimmy wasn't on there because he's injured. But I feel like he will eventually show up on SmackDown, and there'll be a tag team again on there, which would be dope. If anything, that'll be a total of, I count right, that'll be 5 tag teams if Jimmy comes back to SmackDown for the SmackDown tag division. I want the Street Profits to eventually turn heel, in my opinion.
Turn heel?
Yeah, because the thing is, we've seen them already, even on NXT for a while, as babyfaces. I feel like they'll turn heel, and then eventually, when they lose the tag titles, not during the tag team title reign, eventually when they lose it to the Mysterios or someone baby faces, they'd be like, oh shoot, we lost, what? Like, we're like, kind of thing, like we never thought they would lose it, and then they go on a rant like, yo, we are the dominant tag team, we were the faces of the Raw tag division, should have been the face of the SmackDown tag division, and they start beefing with the Mysterios. You turn heel. Then
I don't know if they could pull off heels.
Montez Ford, yes, I feel like he has a mean attitude.
Yeah,
I don't know about Dawkins, because Dawkins gives me like a bland attitude. Like, I don't think he could do much. He's hyped, yes, but as a babyface, yes, but as a heel, maybe. But Montez Ford, yeah, definitely. If you put him on the mic more, they could be a really great heel tag team. And the Usos, eventually, I hope this whole feud with Roman Reigns ends sooner, so then they can come back together, be another babyface tag team, call up Breezango. Then you have a stacked tag team division over there. Yeah. That's what I want for their tag team, because their women's division now is, I feel like Raw's women's division is way better than SmackDown's, in my opinion.
They always make that happen. Yeah. They always make that happen. I don't know what's what's the deal with that. They really don't like SmackDown.
Like, I've noticed it a lot too ever since the draft returned back in like I think 2016. Is that they always have one brand more superior than the other. It's not even,
Yeah.
One brand is better than the other always at all times.
But what brand is it usually?
Lately, it's been back and forth, in my opinion.
Nah, I don't know. I feel like last year's draft, SmackDown was only so stacked because they were debuting on Fox.
Yeah, and I feel like they
had
switched
to make that impression. Like even Brock got drafted to SmackDown. Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
They were trying to build it up, but in the last couple of years before last year, I feel like on paper, Raw should be the top show. Like if you look at their draft picks, like even when the first draft happened, what was that, 16 or 17?
16, I believe. Yeah.
16, yeah.
Raw was better than
Raw. Yeah. On paper, Raw was dominant. But then when the show started happening, SmackDown was beating Raw in ratings.
Yeah. And I feel like this time is the opposite. SmackDown is not the top brand anymore. Well, maybe it will be still.
Right now it was.
Yeah.
I feel like right now it's since they've been on Fox, they've taken over, I think.
Yeah. But
except for around the WrestleMania feuds, of course.
Yeah. I like the fact that they have one show better than the other because that gives the other show the opportunity to build up stars. Like right now, you give them because if you look at the SmackDown roster right now, who would you have put against Roman Reigns and, after Jey Uso? You have Kevin. Exactly. Kevin Owens wasn't the main championship guy on Raw. He was a mid-carder. Now you have other guys getting the opportunity to go for the main title.
Which he should be in the title picture at all times.
Exactly. Because we didn't see that on Raw, now we see that on SmackDown. And you get to see other guys do the same thing. Like you have them going against Roman Reigns, the top championship. Eventually someone's gonna beat him for it, Yeah. I hope, and then you get to new main card people going for the title, even if they get traded to Raw next year. You got big guys making big names already. That's the better part of it.
Yeah.
Even for the women's division, you have I think Bayley and Sasha. Then the next best person is Bianca Belair. We never seen her get an opportunity on Raw. She never had that title.
Yeah, that was crazy. She got drafted.
Yeah, and that's cool because then you get to see her more often on SmackDown. Compared to Raw, the women's division is stacked. They got everybody from SmackDown. Yeah.
But SmackDown's women aren't too bad.
Yeah. They aren't. I'm not saying that. Yeah, I'm not saying they're terrible. It's just like Raw won the women's division in this one. Yeah. They got a better one. So yeah.
Yeah.
Like, so you said
they got Zelina, they got Tamina, Bayley, Sasha. Who else they got? Natalia. They got
Billy Kay.
Riot Squad, Billy Kay. I forgot they got Billy Kay. Carmella, which is Carmella.
Yeah, they're rebuilding her, repainting her. So it's a new person. They should call up literally new person. So getting up to the next topic, I was gonna start off with the question instead of waiting till the end of the episode to answer it from what you asked last week.
Oh, so, last week's question.
Yeah. I'm gonna start off with it instead of ending off with this episode. 3 superstars who you think will eventually leave the company and either keep their star status, or even build up their star status. Who would you choose? You want to start off with that? Or
you start off. You start
me.
Off.
All right. So my first person, okay, it's gonna be an obvious one. I mean, not kind of obvious, but I wouldn't be surprised if he still kept the star status anywhere else because he's always been like that before, even WWE. The first person is gonna be Adam Cole. I don't see him leaving.
Yeah.
But especially anytime soon. I don't see him leaving anytime soon. But even if he left WWE, like say like, oh, I'm done with this company right now. NXT, not going to the main roster, just leaving. He can go anywhere else and still be a top guy. Go to AEW. He'll probably be going up against all the big guys there. Eventually getting a title shot with Jon Moxley. 100%. Go back to New Japan. Go to New Japan. Kill it over there like he's done already. Go to Ring of Honor. Beat people up there. Doesn't matter where he goes. He's still a big guy, big name. Not a big guy, but big name. And eventually he'll do well. Wouldn't be surprised there.
Yeah, he's one of those guys that he has a style that just fits in anywhere. Like some guys have like a like in the ring, like in their presence in the ring, on the mic, everything. There's some guys that you can tell like they are WWE guys,
Yeah.
and then you can tell guys that can do it anywhere.
My next guy, it's a female wrestler. You probably wouldn't even expect it to happen, but I feel like she'll do better somewhere else, even if she left. Another NXT superstar would probably be Rhea Ripley.
Okay, I was waiting for you to say Nia Jax.
No. She'll get buried anywhere else, in my opinion. But Rhea Ripley, I feel like she's built a star status. Even if if she left, some other company will give her that star status elsewhere. If she went to a different company like AEW, they have no women's roster, like not even a really good women's roster over there. If she went there, she'll probably be champion within like a week. She'll probably be champion sometime within a month, at least. They'll probably give her that star status, make her the face of that women's division. She's still young. She could probably be there for another 10, 20 years if she could. If she left now.
What is she, 23, 24? I
think she's 24, somewhere in the mid-20s.
And she's I don't even think she's touched 25 yet.
Yeah, I don't think so, yeah. She's still young. And she could still kill it. Even if she went to the main roster, she'd probably get a title shot right away.
Oh, definitely.
My third person. I'm going to try to think of somebody on the main roster. I'd probably say Seth Rollins would be the last person. Because he'll probably get that Jon Moxley treatment, what he went through. He'd probably go to New Japan, probably do something over there. Probably win championships in New Japan, probably go like Ring of Honor back again, bring championships back in Ring of Honor, where he was most known for before WWE. Then you probably bring him to AEW, have him feud with Moxley, have him win the championship if he's still champion, but if he leaves. But I feel like Seth Rollins will always be that top guy because he's been given that top guy treatment a lot in the last couple of years. Even on NXT, first ever NXT champion. Won. He had big moments in WWE already. Might as well continue that star status. Anyone else? So
I feel you on that. I don't know if I would put Rollins on my list. Like I would. I don't know top 3 though.
Who would you put top 3?
So number 1, I would have to go with. This one's obvious, of course. My son Andrade. I feel like anywhere he goes,
I want to ask you something real quick.
Put on a show. What's up? You want to talk about Andrade real quick?
Please.
Let's talk about him.
I'm like, you don't understand how mad I was after Monday Night Raw. This guy went freaking undrafted. How do you put that guy, Andrade, undrafted on any 35 people got drafted before him?
I don't understand it. I don't.
35 people got drafted before him. 35. Not even 10. Just 35 people. There were people on that list I didn't even know of. They got drafted over him.
You even forgot they were signed.
Yeah, and I'm like, how do you put them over Andrade? Like, even if you consider him as buried, why would you put them on how would you make Andrade undrafted? Like, how does that make sense? Like,
Titus O'Neil got drafted.
Dabba-Kato got drafted.
I forgot about that. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Like, how do you put it? He won match, and that's it. And he got drafted before Andrade.
You think they gotta send him to NXT?
Definitely, they should, because I don't understand why. Like, I don't see the only way I would see Andrade come back to the main roster is if it's part of a storyline. Like, oh, I didn't get drafted. Then he gets signed to a brand, Raw, SmackDown. Then he gets a major push, maybe. Unless they're doing it that way, any other way, I probably wouldn't see him going to Raw or SmackDown, because there's no way you're gonna bury him already.
Yeah,
you haven't done much with him already. You haven't given him a chance on the main roster.
Exactly.
So I feel like if that's not the way to build him up on the main roster, then yeah, might as well bring him back to NXT. Because one thing that I think I mentioned this in the other episode, I don't remember. But apparently the reason why they split up Zelina Vega and Andrade is because rumor has it that apparently Andrade wants to learn English. Wants to learn better English, because eventually he said that he wants to eventually cut his own promos in English. So I'm thinking that maybe they didn't draft him to bring him back to NXT to have him learn English there before he comes back. Maybe kind of like to develop his English skills before he starts talking on USA and Fox. Because USA and Fox are like big names. They probably aren't going to want a guy. No offense, but like, they probably don't want him to like not speak perfect English first. They probably want to give him time to speak fluent English, then come back. Okay, now you can speak on our channel more often. Even though NXT is on USA, it's a developmental system technically, so they could use that for him.
Very true, very true. I saw that too, that he wanted to learn English. I think he's been taught English like throughout. I remember I was watching something. He was saying that Zelina was like helping him throughout they traveled together all the time, and she was like helping him out because I think he talked strictly Spanish.
Yeah.
Until he got signed, and then I guess he learned. Like I guess when you're hanging out every day at a gym where everybody's speaking English, you're gonna try and pick up on it. You know what I mean? And
he's dating Charlotte Flair. He don't have to learn English with her. They can't be like, he had to learn.
That's
English
what I'm saying. He can't be too bad. He probably just has like
his
heavy accent, or he's still what they call Spanglish when he speaks both. And a lot. Yeah, I know a couple people that do that.
Because I think it was the day after Clash of Champions. He cut a promo by himself, like without Zelina Vega there.
Yes.
And and I was like, okay, he's trying to talk English. That's good
it wasn't
for him.
bad though.
Yeah. Because he did throw in a little bit of Spanglish. I heard that he was talking English and he quickly turned to Spanish.
Yeah,
that's cool. Like I like that. Like he talks in English and talks in Spanish.
Yeah,
you could sound tough when you talk in Spanish. Yeah. Not gonna lie, you could sound tough. You're like, damn.
And if you go back and forth, it'd be like,
yeah, exactly. Like, oh shoot, he's talking tough right now.
I would love for him to go back to NXT right now.
Yeah,
like it would be like, of course, you want to see him on the main roster and see him in title pictures or even big rivalries. But if he goes back to NXT, would not be mad at it. I would even put like in motion for a storyline for the future. You know what I mean? Like have him be the only person from the main roster that goes to NXT. And then Survivor Series is coming up. Just do a match of your, like, hold on, who was the number 1 draft pick?
Drew McIntyre on Friday.
Yeah, so you can't even do that. Damn, because I was going to say you could do, like, how every match you usually have the champions go against each other. Have the number 1 draft picks go against each other. And NXT doesn't have a number 1 draft pick, but they have a person that came from the draft, which is Andrade. You have him win that match. And then down the way, that puts him in, I beat your top 2 draft picks. I went undrafted.
The Fiend was number 1 draft pick on Monday, but he also got drafted to Raw. So it doesn't make sense. Maybe you could do like...
Because like if you do, like the number 1 draft pick for who was SmackDown's first pick, who was Raw's first pick?
Roman Reigns and Drew McIntyre were the first 2 picks.
Yeah.
So you have him possibly win the NXT championship from Finn Balor and be like...
You saw what I did there. You saw what I did there. Low key. Have him take that belt. Yeah. Have him come through. There we go with the blurriness.
The camera. God.
Yeah. Have him come through and have him go against the 2 champions and beat them clean.
And be like, yo, this is what you get from not drafting me. Now I'm NXT champ. Then
eventually... Like, I'm the NXT champion. I'm the top champion because I beat both of your champions.
And you have the number 1 picks. That's what you get from that drafting.
Exactly. You know how crazy that would be?
That would be...
As a storyline, and then it builds up. So when he moves up to the main roster, be like, yo, don't forget.
I beat you both guys.
Exactly.
And then, exactly. Then you put him in the title picture right there. Because that's the thing, too. There's some people who... I think Finn Balor, I think he still should have so much more time at NXT. Maybe possibly call him back up soon, too. Yeah. And I feel like with Andrade, you should just give him time NXT a little bit. Possibly have like 1 or 2 feuds at takeovers.
How long would you have him be there?
A year.
A year?
A year. Because the thing is, you need more time to build him up. Because the thing with some guys, they build them up too quickly. You have Karrion Kross, have a feud with Johnny. No, not Johnny Gargano. Have him in a feud with Tommaso Ciampa. Beats Tommaso Ciampa, immediately gets a title shot and wins the championship. That was too soon. Didn't have much time to build him up. So if you're gonna repackage not repackage, but if you're gonna have Andrade go back down to NXT to build up star status, have him beat the top guys. Have him feud with Johnny Gargano again. Have him feud one-on-one with Adam Cole and Tommaso Ciampa. Then go for the championship. Have him title reign with that against Finn Balor. Then call him back up.
You want to hear something crazy? I think 100% that's what should be happening. But I would have him win the title now. I would have him come in immediately, go for the title, take it, and he doesn't lose it for maybe a year or so.
Okay.
So he goes through both Survivor Series, wins both 3-way championship matches. They loses the belt at TakeOver, let's say the night before Royal Rumble. Let's say the night of the Royal Rumble, whoever drew 23 gets attacked or something, and Andrade's music hits. He wins the Rumble. Mania, baby.
That would be perfect.
And it helps you build him up, because it's not like you just did the storyline for a few months. You actually built this out, And then when you're making the video package for Mania, you make sure to mention he went undrafted. He went to NXT, took the belt, won the Survivor Series match the first year, dominated NXT for that whole year, went back to Survivor Series, won the match again, and then lost at TakeOver before Rumble. Showed up at Rumble.
I would also have Andrade beat Adam Cole's title reign.
Yes.
Have him beat the streak.
Yeah.
And have him beat that, and then eventually because if I do the math correctly.
And just think about the matches that he would have with the Cole, Ciampa, Gargano, all these guys, Finn, all these guys coming up in NXT. Let me see Andrade, Velveteen, you know what I mean? Against Priest, Kushida.
Exactly. You have him win matches on Raw on the regular NXT episode. You just beat him up. You have a lot of guys who they're building up already. Might as well have him face everyone there. And
you have him defend it on Wednesdays too.
Exactly.
Not every Wednesday, but
imagine
he's a fighting champion. That's what he calls himself. I am a fighting champion.
Imagine him versus Kyle O'Reilly. Oof. Take my money.
Yep.
Take my money.
I'm telling you, Andrade, with the matches he can have on NXT, not only help him out, help NXT out, and help whoever is in the ring with him.
If he would,
that will elevate them.
If he were, which I hope it doesn't happen, if he were to leave the company, where would you just want to see him go?
New Japan.
I was saying the same thing. I feel like a lot of people who leave the company should go straight to New Japan. Because that's the best way to build yourself up as a wrestler too. Yeah. People see matches there and be like, "Oh, he killed it over there on New Japan."
New Japan be wild.
If you were a superstar in the WWE, where would you go? Where would you go personally first?
If I left, if I got signed to WWE,
left, and then like a whole bunch of you have New Japan, AEW, Impact,
New Japan, yeah.
I feel like that's a spot, man. Everyone goes to New Japan. You have all those guys who, because I saw something I think a year ago, and it's 100% true. I feel like because New Japan is in Japan and Mexico too, like AAA and all those companies. Their main focus is always, because if you look at Impact, AEW, WWE, Ring of Honor, they build up characters.
Yeah, Japan it's all storyline driven.
Exactly, and Japan and Mexico, they don't do storylines.
Yeah,
they just have matches like, hey, you versus you. They hate each other, then match. They don't really care about the storyline.
Yeah,
they just care about the wrestling more than the stories.
Yeah, and the storylines that they be having isn't too intense. Like they'll be like, oh, they fought like a couple years ago, and now they have beef. They're gonna fight tonight. Yeah. It's like, and the only real storylines that happen is the titles, and even then, it's not really storylines. Like the biggest storyline in New Japan is when groups go over. So it's not even like when factions are made. It's not even like, oh, this one person and one person. It'll be like this faction and this faction got beef. Why? Because it's just years down the road. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's never like, oh, on this day this happened. Then this guy cut a promo. It doesn't tell the story like that.
Exactly. Would you ever want to join? This is probably like a easy answer for you to answer to. Would you want to join Bullet Club if they gave you a chance to join them?
Come on.
Hell yeah.
Come on. What kind of question is that?
What if Inner Circle came to New Japan and be like, yo, have join me instead?
Inner Circle needs to
lead. They should.
They be doing the thing. They need. I don't know like what's in the AEW contract. They should really be partnered with just different promotions so that their guys could be everywhere.
Yeah.
Because Inner Circle really killing it. I love that stable.
They should have like you said, partner with different promotions. Like they should go to like New Japan, have someone from there represent Inner Circle. They don't have to be part of AEW. They can just go there and be like, yo, I'm Inner Circle. Wear the t-shirts, promote it there. Have them, be like, oh, he's Inner Circle from AEW. Let me watch AEW this week then. Let's see what's Inner Circle about.
Exactly.
And vice versa, like have them go to New Japan and be like, oh, this guy's from New Japan. It's in Inner Circle. And then have them watch.
Have your affiliates.
Yeah.
That was like, I think Bullet Club had it for a little while. I don't know how long they had it, but it was like, I gotta look this up to make sure, but I think it was called like Bullet Club Latin America. And it was just, like, I think it was in Mexico. I think it was in AAA.
Let me ask you this too. If you were to start your own faction in the independent scene, you were the leader, you have 4 guys behind you, starting off with 4 guys behind you.
Yeah.
In your group, who would you choose in the independent scene who aren't already part of a faction?
Ooh.
That's a tough.
Whoa. Damn. I don't even know. Wait, yo, can we put this for the question next week? Because I need to put some thought into this.
Okay. So you want to answer at the end? You want to answer at the end? Because next week's the Hell in a Cell episode. So I want to wait for the end of this episode?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. All right, so that's a good. I just thought of that on the spot. I was like, wait.
I was like, oh, damn, I gotta actually think about that. Sit down and think about that.
Yeah. Well, what are your thoughts on MJF trying to join Inner Circle now?
Oh, I think it's awesome. I think it's dope. I don't think he will join though. I think this is leading to him and Jericho feuding.
Okay.
Low key, I would love for him to join Inner Circle though because the promos he cuts are fantastic. I see a lot of people putting him and The Miz in the same category.
Yeah,
which is kind of crazy, but it's facts.
Yeah.
Like, my guy can cut a promo. Like, it's incredible.
Exactly.
I love people that could cut a good promo.
Yeah.
Make me believe that I want to hate you. You know what I mean? Like, give me a reason to. And he could just hop on the mic and get anybody to hate him.
Exactly.
That's a real skill.
I know, right? Like, getting people to hate you is like impossible.
Yeah, because I think, to be honest, I think in the world of pro wrestling, it's harder to be a heel than a face. It's very easy to get people to like you, I feel. If you get, you know what I mean? Like, not even like you, but root for you. Like, it's not that hard as a character. Like, just, you know what I mean? But, like, it's hard to make somebody hate you.
You have to really come up with a whole bunch of words in your head to be like, yo, this is what I'm going to say. Then hopefully they'll get the feedback back from you, being like everyone booing you every week, especially during your promos. Yeah, because you have to really prepare for that promo and be like, okay, what should I say this week? Who should I make fun of? What should I say to make people hate me? You know?
Yeah. Because then of course you're gonna get the people at the show that are gonna just want to be the cool kids and cheer for the guy, cheer for the heel. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But like, no, everyone has.
You know what it is to get even those people to hate you.
You got to make fun of them. Like, go at them.
It's a crazy skill that I wish I had.
I would be a heel. I would be a heel if I were an independent wrestler. I would be a heel.
No, man. I don't even know.
You got to that's one of the things of becoming a professional wrestler. You got to learn how to talk on the mic eventually. Not everyone does it, but you got to learn eventually.
Yo, there's some promos out there that you just be like, damn, man, like, nobody told them they should have had a manager. Like I'm somebody like that. I can't talk in front of people. I hate it.
There's some people that can't.
I switched out of in college. I switched majors just because I didn't want to take an acting class. I said, no shot, I'm taking this. Because I think if you don't concentrate on nothing, you don't want to take the acting class.
Yeah.
She was trying to explain to me, oh yeah, if you have open concentration, you have more options and jobs, more this. And I said, yo, I don't have to take the acting class. She said, no. I said, take me out of here.
I did the same thing, man. I was at the same thing. I was like, I took speech, but I'm not taking acting. I'm not acting.
Yo, and speech, like, I hate talking in front of people. It's just, I don't know what it is about me. I just don't like it.
You have to talk on a mic, and then people talk to people through this. That's the only way I'm talking to people. Oh my
God, I would cut like a promo or two once, really? And that was bad. It was bad, just because I get nervous.
Wow.
So you gotta be super nice to get up there, like to even get up there and just talk and cut a promo. I give it to you.
Yeah.
But to go up there and act and make somebody hate you, incredible.
It's like insane. Like you got like I said, they actually have to prepare for that.
Yeah.
You have to come up with things in their head that they write. Because I think Enzo Amore, he literally wrote down everything, and everything worked so well with his character.
Yeah.
He jotted down every single sentence, every single word that he said on mic was written down beforehand. That's creative. People don't underestimate that. That's creative. That's how you prepare for a promo.
Yeah. Or just coming up with stuff off the dome.
There's a lot of people that come up with things on the spot.
Like, especially the heels, when a fan will say something and then they'll just answer back.
Yeah. You got to
come
with that
quickly. Got to be crazy.
Exactly. You must be like coming up with things already beforehand too.
Yeah.
That's insane. It's insane how they do that. But anyway, like with the inner circle part, I think MJF, I feel like I have a strong feeling that MJF is going to eventually take over Inner Circle. That's my opinion. I feel like eventually this is going to lead up to be like, oh, Chris Jericho, you're out.
To kick him out? Oh, that would be sick.
This might be a feud for Full Gear, which I think is the beginning of November. Eventually, them two are going to have a match. And then, eventually they're going to turn on him and be like, yo, MJF is our leader. He bought us jackets. You didn't do anything for us. He bought us jackets. You didn't buy us anything. But, like, I feel like that's gonna be like a shock factor for that pay-per-view. Then eventually they're gonna have a new leader.
I don't know MJF. If they'll do that so soon though. I think he'll join. Like if he joins, I think he'll join first.
As a member, yeah. Him and Wardlow, both of them. You think they both of them will join?
Yeah, they'll join and like slowly, like it'll turn into his group.
Kind of like what MJF did with Cody, how he was his best friend and he turned on him.
Yeah, but like. Slowly meaning like, okay, MJF shows up with them week after week after week after week. Slowly, like, they start acting like him. They start dressing like, so they start coming out in suits, some of them. You know what I mean? Like, slowly but surely, they start seeing him as the leader.
Yeah.
Like, if you see how Inner Circle dresses, they dress in their vests and stuff. Like Jericho dresses in his leather pants and his jacket. They dress like rock stars. They dress like Jericho because he's the leader.
Yeah.
Slowly but surely, they'll start going into... So I think the Inner Circle will have a second phase to it after Jericho leaves, and it'll be kind of like the evolution phase where everybody just wears suits and they party all the... You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
They'll take up his persona.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Then eventually, like I said, I hope it becomes like a independent wrestling thing, not just AEW.
Yeah, but I want to see MJF and Jericho for at least a little bit in a group together.
Yeah.
I would like to see them win the tag belts together.
100%.
Just to see them cut promos and just act to each like it's just crazy.
Not before Private Party though.
What's up?
Not before Private Party though. They have to win it first before.
Yeah, I feel you.
They gotta win it first.
Private Party,
they're up there, but they're not getting tag team title opportunities yet. I don't get it.
Yeah, but they'll get it. They're still young. You know what I mean? Like, right now they're the team with like the less
experience.
With the least. I wouldn't even say experience. I guess. Would you say credibility? No, like when people know you. Like not a lot of people know Private Party.
That is true. Yeah.
Everybody knows the Young Bucks from Ring of Honor, TNA, New Japan. Everybody knows FTR. Everybody knows Best Friends. They've been on the indie scene for a while.
And all the other guys
Page
too.
and Omega. You know what I mean? Like, all these tag teams that are in there are tag teams that have been in the indie scene for a while now.
Yeah.
Private Parties, I think they debuted as a tag team in 2015, 2016. So, like, they're the newest tag team. So they still have to, even though they might have been wrestling for, let's say, 10 years now, you know what I mean? They still need to get the recognition
That they
from
deserve.
the crowd. Yeah, like, they deserve more recognition, but the crowd just doesn't know them like that yet to give them the recognition. But once they build themselves up, they'll be all right.
I'm glad they have Matt Hardy already in their corner.
And I think that's been helping them. Like, a lot more people are recognizing them. Like, at first, when Private Party would have a match, it was like, oh, dope, these guys, they're always killing it. They're doing the flips and stuff. Yeah, cool. Now people know Private Party, Isaiah Cassidy and Mark Quinn. Like, before it was just Private Party. Now people are starting to know them as characters. Yeah, like their names, because they're cutting promos with Matt Hardy backstage. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's helping their stock go up.
Yeah. Because I want them to get, because the thing is too, they had a shot once, and I'm like, why would they just randomly, not put them in a tag team?
Oh, when they won the
Because then
they won the number one contender, right?
Yeah. Because they beat the Young Bucks already once last year. Mm-hmm. They've beaten other teams already, but they only had one tag team title opportunity. When Best Friends, I think they already have 3 this year, and it's like, come on, like, at least have them win it or take them out, because they have not won a tag team, even though they've been killing it. Yeah, but they have not yet won a title match because they've already been losing a lot. Exactly. Might as well give other teams opportunities, because it seems like they're going to set up a Young Bucks versus FTR feud eventually.
That's how it's looking. And I'm not even mad at that, because
it's something we've been wanting to see for a while.
Yeah, we wanted to see this for a while. Now it just so happens that there's other tag teams in the mix that's like, damn, these guys are dope, though. They should be having a title shot, too. But first, we got to let this Young Bucks and FTR play out.
Exactly. Because I want to see this. This is the thing. Yeah, stacked tag team division in AEW, 100%. But when you have all these tag teams who deserve a tag team spot, why not give them other shots? Because the thing is, you have Young Bucks versus FTR. That's probably going to last for a long time. I don't know. Maybe end at Full Gear. Maybe I'll start at Full Gear. Then probably end like next year. Maybe a Double No thing. Who knows? But if you're going to keep them 2 in a tag team title match for a while, why have all these great tag teams? Same thing when Omega and Page were tag team champions. They held it for a while, which is cool for them. But then you also have all the other tag teams who they're burying every single week. And it's like, you're having these tag teams in your roster. They should be beating Hangman Adam Page and Kenny Omega for the titles. Yeah. Someone else should have won before FTR, in my opinion. FTR should have waited. They should have waited to give FTR the tag team titles later on, and not now.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like they gave it to them quickly.
Exactly, and that's what I like. They should have given it to at least Best Friends first, and then have FTR beat them, or the Young Bucks beat them, and then have them compete for the titles. Exactly. But definitely too soon for them to win it, because they.
Wait, hold on one second.
So yeah, FTR are your current AEW Tag Team Champions. Hopefully, I'm aiming towards a Young Bucks versus FTR feud at Full Gear, which is, I looked it up, November 7th. I want that match to at least be a ladder match. That'd be cool. Just waiting for Joel to get back. Then we'll continue the show. You good? You good?
My fault.
It's okay, man. It's okay. I was just telling myself on the mic, FTR should face the Young Bucks at Full Gear in a ladder match. That'd be dope.
I like that idea. Love that idea. I think that rivalry is going to be going on for years. I don't think it's going to have a end date. It's going to be one of those like Hardy Boys, Dudley Boys, Edge and Christian kind of things where, or like recently, like the New Day and the Usos, they just always had beef. You know what I mean? There was never really like a start date or end date. They just always had beef.
Well, like, I know they started the beef on Twitter, but do you remember how they started? Like, I don't remember how they started the beef.
I think it was on Being the Elite. I forgot what had happened. I guess somebody was like comparing the two because they're totally different, I guess. And they just said like the revival. Yeah. They never like I know they never got like approval from them. It was just like a joke.
Yeah.
On Being the Elite, and then they just started having Twitter beef. I think that's how it like all went down. And then again, I don't know when the start date was.
Yeah, I mean, neither. I don't, because I knew they had Twitter beef, but I just didn't remember how it happened. You know, it's like it was just random. We had a WWE tag team feuding with the AEW tag team for no reason. And then, because it definitely wasn't a setup. Because I know when they were in WWE still, they trademarked FTR.
Yes.
They trademarked Fist and Flips, and then something like that. Because they don't go by. They can't say, you know, the revival. You can't say that. That's because I think WWE trademarked that too. And
WWE likes to trademark a lot of things.
Yeah, they always trademark.
That's one of their favorite things to do. Just let's trademark it.
Yeah.
Send out a cease and desist real quick.
Then so that's why because I think they were going to go by the Revolt or something similar to Revival before when they left, and then since they trademarked FTR, might as well call them FTR.
Yeah, I think they were gonna be called like I think it was like Fear the Revolt.
Fear the Revolt, yes, that's what
something like that. Yeah, then
they just shortened it down to FTR. Because I remember
because some random ass tag team from like Wisconsin and the Indies team was like, "That's our name."
Really?
And they said, "I."
FTR.
FTR.
Okay,
but I think it was. They said they were always gonna go as FTR. Fear the Revolt was just like a tagline they were using. It wasn't their team name. I was like, I don't know, homie. I could care less about that tag team in Wisconsin.
Exactly, me neither. I don't even know that there was a tag team called the Revolt in Wisconsin. So,
it's just on the indie scene, and they were like, "Yo, how you gonna try and use our name like that?" Da 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 da. You know, there's some beef out there.
Yeah,
that's like when they try to use each other's names.
What do you mean?
Like, I bet you there's a Nick Arias somewhere in the world wrestling and tearing it up. If you go on the scene, they're gonna be like, "Yo, homie," they're gonna type out to you, be like, "Yo, that's my name. What are you trying to do?"
I don't know. I wouldn't even know what to change it to be honest. I don't know. I don't know what to change it back to.
I'm like, I don't know.
I don't know.
Who should I be now?
Who should I be? You can't tell me to change my name. That's my name.
Facts. Like, I wonder, like, if a lot of people that change.
You know what? I'm gonna look it up now. I want to see if there's a Nick.
Look it up. Like, I know, like, a lot of people change their last name. Like, usually their first name's the real name, and then the last name is just like an alias because, like, their last name is probably too hard to pronounce.
Yeah.
Like, I would have to come up with a fake last name because Otero, if you don't know me, you're gonna have to like hit me up and be like, "Yo, how you say your last name real quick?"
There's no Nick Arias in wrestling. That's good.
So there you go.
Good. I can use it. Yeah. There you go. My profile comes up. But I
think if you still look me up, a whole bunch of like mugshots come up. I don't know why. I don't know why. It's a whole bunch of Spanish dudes.
Junior, even with the junior, or just Joel Otero?
Just look up Joel Otero Jr. Most of the time, it comes up with like mugshots.
No, I see your stuff here.
You see my stuff there? Look at me getting recognition.
I see your LinkedIn profile picture. I see this right here.
Hey, there we go. There we go.
And shout out Terrier TV right here. Terrier TV.
Oh, shoot. I forgot about that.
Oh, God. Yeah, that's your top two pictures up there when you search up your name.
Yo, you know I found all the old episodes that we have?
You did?
Yeah. I have it on the website just chilling.
Oh, you do?
I got. You remember that I was posting it?
Yeah.
I'll send you the link after this.
Okay, yeah.
Because I found it randomly, like, I want to say 2 days ago. I was just going, because I had like, I don't know if you knew this, your boy had a blog in college, and I thought I was going to be a writer. And then I had tabs open and I say, "Yo, here's my writing, here's my podcast."
That's
and I have just a whole bunch of old episodes just chilling.
Wow. Yeah, we gotta make this Ring Fanatics the blog too eventually. I got to turn this to a blog. Someday.
Facts.
It's gotta be big, man. What other promotions did we talk about? Impact. We spoke about Impact before in an earlier episode.
Yeah.
Who would you go there if you were a former WWE superstar? If you wanted to go back there, because we spoke about them possibly, like a theory of them possibly being like their go-to company. Yeah.
I would.
Yeah.
To be honest, like, I would go anywhere. I'll be like, yo, let's do this.
Yeah, let's do this.
I just want to wrestle.
Yeah.
Like, I hate when I see online that's like, oh, AEW and TNA is getting all the WWE rejects. And it's like,
I mean,
are they not supposed to work?
Exactly.
Are they just supposed to get fired from WWE and just stay home now?
Yeah,
like
really.
They're not allowed to go to another company?
Exactly. Really, what you're supposed to do is wrestle
like,
at home.
They'll be like, they're getting the rejects. Like, okay, cool. That's better for the company and better for the person because now they get an opportunity.
Yeah, exactly. I would go to Impact. I mean,
can I just say something about Impact real quick? Have you watched the recent episodes?
No, I haven't. Why?
It's a very
Is it like cringy?
I think it's the pandemic, man. Because even with WWE, sometimes it's just awkward in the ring, like when they're cutting promos and stuff. Have you noticed that during the pandemic?
Kinda. I get it.
And WWE's kind of helped it with like the Thunderdome, but they also helped it when they started having fans.
Yeah.
Like not fans, but like they started putting the
Chinese. Yeah.
Yeah. So it kind of helped getting a reaction.
Yeah.
Impact has no one in the room.
I know. That's weird.
And Eric Young just be cutting a promo, and it's just silence. And I just find it so like
that's why I haven't been watching.
Cringy,
like,
but I don't think it's the product of the show.
Yeah,
I just think it's that like
having no fans.
Yeah, no reactions.
That is weird. They should at least put because I think WWE puts in the audio and after they edit the audio and make it go along with the promos. They should do that even though they have no fans. Just put in audio or something
Impact
to make it sound
is silent. Impact has no background noise, has no one in the crowd. They just have the barricades up. It's just awkward.
That's why I don't watch it because I felt the same way before WWE brought in the Thunderdome and their trainees. So like they're just talking randomly. I don't hear anything in the background. Even at Mania too. Mania was like kind of dead. I'm like just watching wrestling matches.
It's just awkward.
They should.
I think TNA has. It just seems more awkward because they haven't changed. It's just been like that the whole time. And It's just silent. It's like
they should at least put some of the wrestlers up there because they have some wrestlers still wrestling. Yeah. So might as well just put.
But I give it to them. They're still doing this show. They got good storylines. I can't say nothing about them right now. They're really they're doing their thing. Ring of Honor just started their bubble. Did you hear about that?
No, I think I've seen a recent episode of Ring of Honor. But
Ring of Honor has a bubble.
Oh.
I only know that because who was it that put it up? Jay Lethal. Just joined the bubble, and maybe 3 days ago he put. Oh shoot!
What?
Hold on. So I'm looking up Ring of Honor real quick, right? Hold up.
Yeah.
Let me cut that real quick.
Breaking news?
It's not really breaking news because it happened 2 days ago.
Oh.
3 days ago. This happened.
What happened?
October 12th.
2 days ago. 3 days ago. 3 days. 3 days.
That was 3 days, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. This is on the Ring of Honor YouTube channel. And it is somebody cutting a promo. And I guess they're with Ring of Honor now.
Who?
It says EC3 is coming to Ring of Honor.
Oh, yeah. I heard about that.
I did not know about that.
I heard.
When did this happen?
Yeah, a few days ago. I remember hearing about that.
Yeah, 3 days ago.
I heard sometime recently.
What happened?
I don't know. I think he's doing both, like Impact and Ring of Honor.
Yeah, I think Impact has an open contract, like they can do whatever.
Because EC3 hasn't really wrestled that Impact yet. I think he's going to soon, but I don't think he hasn't officially made a match. So then they're allowing him to do that, to go to Ring of Honor and do all this stuff before he debuts in Impact.
Yeah, maybe. But it has to be that he has a deal with them.
Yeah.
That's like he could do whatever. Unless Impact and Ring of Honor are working together.
Maybe. I feel like they are. I wouldn't be surprised if they were. I feel like they have been.
I wouldn't be surprised either, to be honest. I feel like all these companies work together.
Yeah.
Like, they seem like they beef. They really got no beef. Yeah. They're really helping each other out.
Exactly.
Because, like, even now when we look back and we watch, like, the ECW documentaries and, like, Paul Heyman is like, yeah, Vince was giving me money on the side. Yeah. It's like, what? We didn't know this. We thought y'all had beef with them. We were... Like, ECW fans were like, yo, we was in the crowd saying, fuck WWF, and they were paid for this?
Exactly. It's all in the work. It's all in the work.
Time out. Also, we're talking about ECW right now. There was a show that happened, I think, not this past week, I think the weekend before.
ECW.
Shout out to my my son Isaac with
VXS.
Yeah, VXS.
Sabu?
Did you see Sabu was on the card?
I heard so. Yeah.
Too Cold Scorpio was on the card.
I
was like, what you booking, man? Like, you thought this was 1999? What you doing?
Throwing it back.
But they killed it. I watched the show. They killed it. My son,
Sabu
Too Cold is nice.
Sabu is fighting in GCW this weekend.
Yo,
or soon. Sabu's making a comeback. What the hell?
Yo, I was at the show. I want to say, hold up. I'm going to bring it up right now. I forgot what year it was, but I saw it on my Snapchat memory. So I'm going to find out the date right now. October 15th, 2016. It was at the Elks Lodge in Queens. It was the ICW One Night Stand show. My son Sabu could not move.
What? Really?
He was in the ring. My son had to have hips. Like, I think he had just had hip surgery or was gonna have hip surgery. My son couldn't walk.
Wow.
Still had a match. He still put on a match. But, like, it was like Sabu, a cool, like, 10, 12-minute match. It was him and Shane Douglas.
Who's Shane Douglas now?
Shane Douglas is from ECW. He was in ECW, went to then he went to WCW. I think he came back to ECW.
I was thinking about Shane Strickland, who's a Xavier Scott. That's what. That's what. Yeah, but
man, what are you talking?
I know. I heard Shane. I'm like, I immediately thought of
franchise, baby.
I know. I heard Shane. I was like, okay, it must be someone he currently.
No, that show is cool. They had a lot of ODCW guys because the Elks Lodge was their place. Even though they didn't have the show in the original Elks Lodge, they had it in the newer one. Which, wow, what a step down. Have you ever been to the Elks Lodge? You ever been to a show in the Elks Lodge? When the pandemic is over, we will go to a show at the Elks Lodge.
I'm trying to go to House of Glory show. I'm trying to go any
House
show.
House of Glory too. Yo, we out to some shows.
Yeah, we
out to some shows.
The pandemic's got to get over now. There's a lot of indie wrestling I want to go to.
Exactly. Yo, how you feel about indie shows going on right now, though? Now that we're on the topic.
It's. I like the way they're doing it, but I feel like some shows are still not doing their perfect precautions. I feel like there's a lot of indie shows who are still doing they're not 6 feet apart, they're not wearing masks, there are shows who don't have a lot of people, which is cool. Yeah, it's limited to a certain amount of people in the arena, which is still cool. I like that part. There's not really a lot in our area that's doing shows right now. So it's,
a lot right now is in New Jersey.
Yeah,
everybody's going to Jersey to do their shows.
Yeah,
because Jersey's like, we don't give a Jersey's like, yeah, we got our venues open. What's up? Because I know for a while, like in the summer, like a lot of them were like GCW was doing and ICW was doing like parking lots.
Yeah, they're doing outside a lot of outside stuff.
Yeah, which was cool. That was cool. The way they like adapted to the situation. Now they're slowly making their way into venues. But the way I see it, like what I be seeing on Instagram and stuff, it looks like, well, those two companies look like they're doing their thing with taking safety precautions.
Yeah.
I don't know about any other companies. I be seeing stuff. I be like, that's a lot of people. I don't know if this is from now or if this is just somebody posting a throwback. But this
exactly.
is OD.
I'm like, this is OD.
This
Yeah,
is
exactly.
OD.
Yeah, I they're all New Jersey. That's the thing. They're all New Jersey.
Yeah, it'd be deep. That's like I'd be telling my boy Isaac. I'm like, yo, I don't drive. I'll try and make it out there. Like I haven't been going to VXS shows because my mom's still extra about the pandemic.
Yeah, mine.
So like she's like, oh, you're not going to Jersey. You're not going. Exactly. I was like, damn.
Tell them to come to Queens. Tell them to come to Queens.
I told him, I said, what are you doing?
Exactly. Come to Queens.
Why are you only in Jersey, my guy? And then ICW. ICW used to be always in Queens. Now they just decided to like get up and go to Jersey. Like
House of Glory hasn't done a show in.
Nah, they haven't had a show in a while. I think their last show
was like in
March. I don't
March,
even know if they had a show in 2020. Did they?
Oh, I don't think so either. If I think about it, I didn't hear anything about them.
I would love to be able to tell you, but they deleted everything from their Instagram.
Exactly. Yo, we gotta go there. Like just walk to their.
Can I ask you that? Why, as a promotion, like I love House of Glory. You know what I mean? They be doing their thing. But as a promotion, during a pandemic, maybe people are finding out about you right now, like just scrolling through YouTube. Yeah. And then they're like, yo, you know what? Let me check out this social media. Oh, there's only one post from 2020? Why delete everything?
I know, right? Really,
I don't understand that.
Me too. It's just kind of weird.
Also, when people do that, it's like, you're not special. What you deleted everything for?
Exactly.
But I found that funny, especially that they're a business. Yeah, they're a promotion. You would want people to find you. Yeah. Like, they had gold on there. Like, they had, come on, what are you doing?
Exactly.
I thought that was a bad move from them.
We gotta
go. They haven't announced anything. They haven't even announced, like, we'll be back soon. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah. They just haven't said nothing.
Yeah, we live near there. We should just show up and be like, yo, what are you doing?
Yo, be like, yo, what's good? What's good?
We'll help you book matches. We can help you book matches.
And I think now their school, I think they moved, right? Their school?
I thought they were in the same place.
Now I think they're in Jamaica, Queens.
Oh, yeah. I thought they were always in Jamaica.
Nah. They used to be in Ridgewood or Glendale, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, now they're in Jamaica. They've been in Jamaica for a while, I think. But we should show up and be like, yo, what's good? Book a match.
What's going on with these shows? What's going on?
We can help you. Come on. All right. Do you have a question for next week you want to end off with?
No, that's a question from the one that you asked earlier.
Okay, fine.
About the faction.
How about this?
With the blurs.
How about this? I want to change it up a little bit.
Okay,
it's a two-part question.
Oh, two-part?
No, it's not a two-part. It's two different questions, but they're the same thing, kind of different. I'm going to ask it differently. If you were to book a faction, because the first one's going to be what I asked earlier. If you were to book a faction with you as the leader and four of the guys in the indie scene, who would you choose? And then I'm going to ask the same thing, but with only WWE guys who aren't in the faction. So if you were the leader in WWE, if you were to start a new faction, what other 3 or 4 people would you want to be in your group? And then that's your question.
I'll mess with that question.
Okay.
All right, dope.
So that's this. This was episode number 6 of the Ring Fanatics Podcast. Next week is episode number 7, our Hell in a Cell prediction episode. We'll be having a guest next week joining us to do our first guest of this podcast, helping us with the Hell in a Cell prediction episode. So tune in next week to find out who it is. I'm Nick, your host. Episode number 6 with me, Joel Otero, Jr. and my co-host. And see you guys next time.
Catch ya.